plays against like decks like Adam's, right? So you like that's great job kicking on the.
Hey everyone, Adam back from Adam's TCG. This weekend, just that passed, we played in the Underground Regional. I came 17th in an 82-man regional tournament, so I'm very happy with that. That's a very big achievement for me. It's the best I've ever done in a regional tournament. Still not quite the top cut yet. We went to the event playing branded Eldlich with Mystic Mine. That's still not banned. So between the last episode and now, the ban list came out, and you obviously seen that Mystic Mine is somehow still on the list. I'm not sure what Konami was thinking when this card was allowed to be still played. I guess you could just like draw the out, I don't know. But yeah, look, we went up and I was fully expecting that Mystic Mine was going to be a dominant card at the event, so I played it too, and I regret it entirely. I saw Mystic Mine played against me once and it wasn't a problem, so that was nice to see for a change. So I'll go through the breakdown of the decks I played against through the event and how I did. So round one, I played against Danger Tearlaments and we drew, and that was simply because it was the only time in the tournament where I used the Mystic Mine and we ended up drawing. I lost game one, won game two, and then game three was a draw because of mine and time pretty much. So yeah, the two cards, the one card that obviously goes together with time is Mystic Mine typically. Round two, I played against Danger Sprite Tearlament and I went 2-0 in that one. That was an interesting game. It was very fun. The opponent was a very nice guy. Yeah, a quick 2-0, but a good game nonetheless. I was very surprised that I could beat a deck of that power. In round three, I played against Runic Sprite against Card Market's own Adam. This guy right here. It was really nice to meet him at the event. I watch all his videos on YouTube, so Adam, if you're watching this video, thanks for being a really great opponent. He was playing, as I said, Runic Sprite, and he destroyed me. It was a very quick 2-0, but nonetheless very nice to play against someone that you watch on YouTube and is a really great person in real life as well. Really nice guy. So thanks for the games, Adam, and hopefully we'll get to play against each other again and I'll come out on top this time. Round four was against Ricka Plant. I play against another guy who's also called Adam, who plays plants in our locals, and he taught me everything about the deck that I should know while playing against it, so that came in very handy, and that was also a 2-0 for my side. Really enjoyed it. Again, a really nice player to play against. All the players at the event were really cool. Round 5 then, I played against Despia branded Tearlaments, and that was 2-1. Very tough matchup, very tough indeed, but came out on top with the branded fusion and the Golden Lord in the end, so really good. Just can't beat the skill drain, you know. In the second last round, we played against Matmek Salamangreat. This was a really tough matchup. Just something that I learned throughout the day is, like, if someone commits to a play and they have said and done it, and then they ask, can you go back, you can't just be like, yeah, sure, because like that's either going to cost you the game or not. So what happened is we were in game 3 and I was going to lose. The guy summoned a access code talker, and he immediately proceeded into battle phase, and when he was in the battle phase he then attempted to activate the effect of access code talker to boost its attack, which you cannot do. I said to him, you can't do that. He said, oh, I just did it to save time, and I said, it's not my problem, I'm sorry, you've skipped the requirements to activate his effect. And through that I then won that round, which is kind of like bittersweet, because like that guy obviously was going to win. He was probably a bit excited and just rushed through, but like you have to unfortunately play by the rules with the game. And many a time at regionals I've let people off with mistakes, so this time I went in and I didn't do that, and I highly recommend, if you know what is happening and you know it's wrong, and someone tries to go back on it, if they legally can, fine. If they can't, then that's that. And then for the final round, I played against my friend Colm, who came third at the event. His deck profile is on the channel. Colm has played the game with me since I'm a young teenager. He's one of the best players I've ever met before. He's over at YCS Utrecht right now, so hopefully this weekend he does very well and we see him on stream. Colin was playing mid-tournament, and that was a quick 2-0 for Colin against me. He won that, but it was really nice to play the final round against a friend at the event and be in the top tables. So thanks for the games, Colin. It was really good. Coming out the event, I was very happy overall. There was some stuff I would change in the deck, and we're going to go through the deck right now and I'll explain those changes. But overall I had a really great time, and the next regionals in a couple of weeks, so hopefully I'll be able to document that a bit more. I was just a bit weary of documenting the actual regionals while I was up there, because filming with Konami can be a bit so what I'll try and do is I'll film in between rounds outside, just talking about the event and how I've done stuff like that, just to keep it more consistent for the videos in future. Let's get into the deck profile right now. Started with 2 Eldlich the Golden Lord, your boss monster. Happy with playing him at 2. Wouldn't play 3, 2 is completely fine. Good card. Then we played 2 Fallen of Albaz. I did play originally 2 Albaz, 3 Alubar, but I cut the Alubar for this event and went with the 2 Fallen of Albaz instead, and it worked out completely fine. This is how you get into your branded fusion monsters in the extra deck. So that's all the monsters there: 2 Golden Lord and 2 Fallen of Albaz. And then we will move on to the spell cards. So we started off with 3 of the branded fusion. You need to play 3 of these. This card is insane if you can resolve it, and it won a lot of games for me. Play it at 3, don't play it at any less. 3 is the right number to play this card at, so great card to play. We then played 2 Cursed Eldland. I used to play this at 3. I only played at 2 now. I'll never go back to 3 because it is too many. You're only going to resolve this card once generally in a round or in a duel. So yeah, play 2. 2 is the right number in my opinion for this deck. Then we played 3 Pot of Prosperity. This is just to dig into your deck a bit more. I don't play Extravagance because I don't play the Elder Entity Entis engine. I didn't have time to put that together, so we went with the 3 Prosperity instead, just because we have them at the moment. A great card as well to play. Then the best spell card in the deck was Super Polymerization. I never played this card before this event, and this card is just completely broken. Breaks boards, it wins you games. Very happy that I decided to play this card, especially with the super poly targets that we'll get into later on. Fantastic card. And then we played 1 Call by the Grave, just essential for hand traps, resolved it once and it came in clutch. Then we played 3 Mystic Mine. This card is horrible. I would not play this card. I resolved it once during the day. If you're going first, which I was because I won many die rolls, this card in your hand starting is not good. Just would not recommend it whatsoever. Especially in Eldlich, you just don't need to play it. It was played against me once, as I said prior, and it was easily out. It was easy to out. Play this in other decks if you want. I don't play it in Eldlich. It's just not needed. It really isn't. I'd rather put it in the side deck if anything, or not at all. So yeah, then we'll go on to the trap cards here. So we played Triple Scarlet Sanguine. This gets out your Golden Lord. It also dodges DD Crow because it doesn't target. Fantastic trap card to have in your Eldlich deck. Have to play it at 3. We played 3 Conquistador, so this pops a monster and it's a level 5. Also a brilliant card to play. And then instead of playing 2, I played 3 Hoquero of the Golden Land. Because of tier elements, you need to banish their fusion monsters, so they can't resolve their fusion effects because they have to go to the bottom of the deck or be shuffled in one or the other to fusion summon. So banishing that is always good. Moving on to the Floodgates, we played 3 copies of Skill Drain. This card won me a lot of games against tier elements, Matmech and Rika Plant. So yeah, this card is really good. It probably shouldn't be at 3, but hey look, there's a lot of cards that shouldn't be at 3, so yeah, this card is good. Played in Eldlich, it's very good. Then for more Floodgates, we played 3 copies of Rivalry of Warlords. I played this over Tikaboo and Summon Limit. So this card is insane, especially when you mix it up with Zombie World and Necro World Banshee. And then we played 3 more hand traps, essentially. Infinite Impermanence. This card came up a lot, and I would recommend playing it just because you play a lot of traps in Eldlich, so why not play good ones? So Impermanence is really good, wouldn't change it. Played 3 Judgment just to stop the Feather Dusters or any other back row removal. I resolved this a lot during the weekend, and it's a fantastic card and one of my favourite cards ever. As you can see, I have 2 Metal Raider ones and I need 1 more to finish off the Metal Raider playset, so if anyone wants to give me one, I would love that. Then we played 1 copy of Metaverse. Don't play this card, it's a bad card, never resolved it. Not worth playing unless you're playing the full entire Mystic Mine engine with the those quick play spell cards. Onto the extra deck, we played 3 Albion. This card is fantastic. You need to play 3 to get into your other summons for the whole branded engine. Resolving him is important. Great card to have in your extra deck, very cheap also. Then we played 2 copies of Lubellion. Lubellion can be summoned with a Necroworld Banshee, and then you can banish her to make Zombie World, so this is great. Alba Letinus is another great card. You send him off Mirror Jade and you can add a branded fusion in your and you can add a branded fusion, so it's really good. Then we played 3 Mirror Jade, probably the best card in the extra deck. Just removing stuff off the board, it's a great card to have. Then for the Super Poly targets, we played Predaplant, Dracostapelia, and Garura. I borrowed Garura off my friend Adam, so thank you very much, Adam, for letting me borrow this card. I need to pick up one. This card is absolutely insane. One of the best cards at the event for me. It won me a lot of games. Really good card. Really recommend playing this if you're playing Super Poly in any deck. Then we played Lina. Lina always comes up at locals. She did not come up at the regional whatsoever. So yeah, that was kind of unfortunate, but I think she is needed. Then I played Access Code Talker over Zeus. Don't do this. I borrowed this card off my friend Sean. Thanks for letting me borrow it, Sean. But unfortunately, it did not come up whatsoever, and I regret playing it because I had so many opportunities to make Zeus. Because I ended up going into Counterstellar Pleiades a lot, which you're about to see now. I ended up going into him a lot during this tournament, and anytime I summoned this guy, I was generally winning the game. He bounces a card. He's basically a compulsory evacuation device with 2500 attack, and it's a quick effect, so it's great. But I've attacked with him, and I could have went into Zeus just for that little bit of extra protection. But yeah. Then I played Super Dreadnought Rail Cannon Gustav Max. This card will just burn your opponent and kill them if you can't put enough damage on board. It's a really good card to play, and I'd highly recommend playing it in the Eldlich deck. Some people play the other tank, which I would have loved to play over probably Lina as well. So those were 2 changes in the extra deck that I would have made. Into the side deck, I played 3 Lava Golem. He's necessary. He breaks boards. He inflicts damage. It's really good in low time scenarios. Then we played triple Cosmic Cyclone for the likes of Mystic Mine, the field spell for Runic, and the field spell for Rika, and just any back row removal or continuous spells or traps that are on the field. This card's great. Definitely play it, especially over Twin Twister, I think. Then I played 3 Dark Ruler No More. This card did not come up at all. I was kind of afraid to use it. It's just not something I'm used to using yet, so I need to get used to playing Dark Ruler No More a bit more. But yeah, it's a really good card nonetheless. Then we have Dimensional Barrier. This card didn't come up. I wish I seen it more, especially against the likes of tier elements, but I didn't see it, and that's fine. Sometimes that just happens. Then we played Zombie World and Necro World Banshee. These cards are great. I highly recommend playing it in any Eldlich build. If you can put it in your side, have it there. If you played in the main, that's fine too, but like it's just a great card. It's so good. Then I played Macrocosmos and Dimensional Fissure for tier element matchups. I resolved those cards maybe once each. They were both outed immediately. I don't recommend really playing them. It was just more of a gimmicky thing I was trying. Sometimes I like to go with my gut feel and I'm on the side in. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. This time it didn't. But yeah, that's the entire deck there. I'm pretty happy with the overall result. As I said, 17th out of 82 people is really good for me, and it shows that I'm improving. So yeah, we'll just continue on, but that's the entire deck profile. Okay guys, and that was everything. I want to thank you for watching the second episode of Getting Better at Yu-Gi-Oh! Kind of a shorter episode. Next episode will hopefully go a bit more in depth on a new deck that we're going to start building. But we have to wait till the first week of December for that to drop. And it's going to be a bit dangerous, and it's going to involve a dark world. So thanks for watching guys, and have a good evening. And if you enjoy the content, just like and subscribe, and I will leave the other Irish Yugi tubers in the link below. Go check them out. They make some amazing content. Thanks for watching, and take care.